I am beginning to understand what late Fela Anikulapo Kuti meant when he said, "I'm sorry for Africa, I'm sorry for Nigeria." I heard from the deputy police officer, South African deputy police minister, saying that what happened in South Africa is not xenophobia, and that in recent time they have been experiencing several criminal activities in South Africa. Also that 80% of the population of Hebrew, a city in South Africa, is dominated by foreign nationals, and also that they've been losing police officers in recent time. Well, my question to him is, what legal measure or legal action or step was taken to handle this before resolving into these killings, these wanton killings? Secondly, what public announcement or warning was given to these foreign nationals to vacate South Africa, or even to the countries where they come from, before resulting into this homicide? I can see that the deputy police minister is just trying to justify this wickedness, this massacre. And it's becoming obvious to the global world now that the old illness or old sickness of South Africa is not yet healed. I mean, the old sickness of South Africa is not yet cured. You see, I want to use the opportunity to call the attention of the government of Nigeria that we need to wake up and take the right action at this time. This is a disgrace to our national integrity, a disgrace to our national sovereignty, a disgrace to our national dignity. Of course, I would like to remind South Africa of their past. When apartheid system was ravaging South Africa, the government of Nigeria, under the administration of former head of state Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, came to their rescue. Nigeria spent $61 billion to rescue South Africa and some other African nations from their tragedy. Today, the same Nigerians have been subjected to different kind of killings and harassment in South Africa. Also, I would like to also point out here that the government of Nigeria should know that if nothing is done to respond or to handle this issue, it is going to be an unforgivable sin against the souls of the deceased Nigerians that were lost in South Africa. It will also be an intentional negligence of responsibility and a sin to humanity if the government fails to act promptly. And lastly, I would like to remind the Nigerians that it's a collective responsibility to fight this wickedness. Also, I remember in 1997, May 15 precisely, when the British government placed a ban on Nigerian flights, citing security reasons. They placed a ban on Nigerian flights from passing their airspace. I love what the then military head of state, late General Sani Abacha, he responded. In his retaliation, he quickly placed a ban on the British flight from passing Nigerian airspace, or West African airspace. That is to show competence. That is to show government that knows when the integrity or the sovereignty of a state is being insulted. I am waiting to see the response of our government over the killings of Nigeria in South Africa. South Africa should be reminded that they have beaten the hands that fed them. They have actually insulted the integrity of Nigeria and some other African countries, when they were facing mess and trouble during apartheid system, this African nation, particularly Nigeria came to their aid. They should remember that they have their investments, they have their companies in some of these African countries, particularly Nigeria. And if these things they are doing it's also being done to them and their investment, I think it will not be easy with them. They should understand that what they are doing is terribly bad. And I'm using this opportunity to call on the international community that this is a blow on the face of international law. I'm calling on the international community to rise and take proper action at this time, in order that we might correct this wanton killing and this inhuman treatment of human beings, this wickedness against the souls of Nigerians and other African citizens. African citizens have the right to live and to do business in any part of African countries. And South Africa, they have actually messed up this. I will conclude by saying that all hearts, I'm calling on every heart that has concern for humanity, every heart that has conscience. I'm calling on all the human rights activists across the world. I'm calling on the international community to rise up and let us do something against the evil that is going on in South Africa, for the purpose of justice and for the purpose of humanity. I pray that God will bless us and bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria and bless Africa at large. Thank you.